JoJo Has Fun.
Welcome to JoJo Has Fun, everybody. Hi, hello. Welcome to Sandbox Saturday, the continuing tale of JoJo, wondering why all of his co-hosts keep almost dying. Kim was supposed to stream today, and she did, but she only streamed for an hour because, quote, she pooped so much she got tired. And then Jeff and Danielle said, "Hey, we can do a sandbox from our bed because we're tired." I'm not mad. I don't pay them, so I can't do anything about it. And I like them, so whatever. So House Flipper, it's a game. We're gonna do it. New game. No, cancel. Continue game. Okay. I'm glancing over at the thing that tracks the frames per second, and it says it's a little low. I'm hoping that's not much of a problem, but hey, we'll see how it goes. Open. So it's dark. What can you do? I set it to nighttime. Let's find a house to work on. How about that? Mail. Ooh, trees to cut down. Got a lot. Growing big. I'll accept that. I'm gonna cut down some trees, y'all. I'm a tree cutter. I'm all about cutting them trees. I spilled a bunch of Coke Zero just now, and so like I had that moment after you spill soda where you're like, oh God, I gotta hang on. Let me select the right tool. Yes. All right, let's find those trees to cut down. Oh man. So I spilled Coke Zero, and I had that moment when you spill when you're a soda, and you're like, oh God, I better hurry or else it's gonna get really sticky, right? But here's the thing. What makes soda sticky is the sugar, So what how does that work with Coke Zero? Because Coke Zero is zero sugar. Oh God. Oh sorry. Oh no. I guess it's returning to the earth. Well, all right. Let's try that again. Boop and boop. I'm just gonna go in a big circle around here. I don't know if this is really how the lumberjacks do it. Maybe they just go this way. How about this? Let's try this for a while. Just hitting this hammering. So I hit it with the spill, because I'm mature. I'm a grown up. I can handle spills. I hit the spill with the fucking Lysol, right? And I'm like, okay, this is good. But then, oh God, I feel like I need to get like a permit from the city before I do that. Oblong shaped pond. They want one? Is that to understand? Okay. What other trees? What other trees they want cut down? This one? This one. Cut down the trees. The trees are gone. I cut them. They're cut. Place plants, oblong shaped pond. Okay. Let's do tablet. So I wiped it up and I'm spraying it with the Lysol and ooh, Home and Garden DLC pack. That's not out yet though. We're gonna do not garden, architecture. I'm spraying the Lysol and I'm terrified that I accidentally sprayed it inside of my beverage that I had, because I poured it and it's not good. But then I'm just like, well, I'll take care of the problem, right? Man, was I wrong. And so now I'm kind of worried, decorations maybe? No. I'm worried that if I go to drink it, I'm gonna infect myself with flippin', with Lysol, and oh my god, I can do this now. Oh man, this game flippin' rules. And they have stuff for Christ's Mass. Okay. Well, we gotta find this oblong pool. I think that's where we are right now. I'm gonna just search pool. Oblong. There we go. Bye. Boop. So they want a pond. When I was growing up, we had a pond in my front yard. And it was like a man-made pond, so it was like a little thing with fish in it, covered with soil. Filled with water. It had fish in it, which was kind of cool, but that's it. All right. $300 for that. The fish were like just big, like koi. They were like big goldfish, right? And like that's fine. They look cool, but I remember one day they were like, I got pulled in the yard and they were like, "Hey, Joe, the fish are sick. We gotta take care of the fish." And so I said, "All right, well, I'll help with that." And what you did was you picked the fish up, and it had little they had parasites on them. I'm really sorry if you're having lunch or eating breakfast right now, but I think I feel having lived this. So, parasites on them, right? Can I turn the light on? Yeah. And so, it's dark right now. That's why it's dark in the game. The parasites look like these little green, like slimes. They looked like slimes, or like a sentient booger, and every fish was covered with them. Because my grandparents owned the pond, but I don't think they really knew how to take care of it, so it was just constantly in need of severe it was always green. I found out later that ponds are usually green, but they can be clear, and this one was definitely not. So they kept I guess he wants to keep the tires. There we go. But so we kept taking care of these fish, and I remember very distinctly there was one fish that was so covered with with parasites that they just put it in one of those white buckets that you get from Home Depot. You know what I'm talking about, the big buckets. They just put it in that and just let it suffocate, and that was it. And I will not forget that because it made me feel so weird. Why don't we help this fish? And it was just not worth their time. I don't know, it just bothers me. It would have been really easy to help that fish, but we just didn't, But I'm not a big fish guy now. I had dogs growing up. I had a dog when I was in, I think it was the 5th or 6th grade. My house got robbed, and weirdly enough, so I had computers and video game systems, all kinds of stuff, right? Even as a kid, I had like an N64, all of it. And dude breaks in the middle of the day, and my grandpa was home at the time, but he slept through it somehow. So he slept through it, and the only way they knew there was like a burglar was like there was this huge mess in the house. Like he picked up a jewelry thing and just threw it on the ground because he was trying to find stuff. But we knew that it was how can I say this? We knew that had happened because inside, other than just like the very obvious, there's a huge mess. We knew because in my grandpa's room on like the dresser, there was the bread knife, like our bread knife, big serrated knife, which is real. Oddly enough, like bread knives are not the sharpest or most dangerous knives, but they look really dangerous. And so on this counter was this bread on the counter by his bed was this bread knife, and I'm guessing because this is what didn't make sense to me, right? Like the dude goes in. He ransacks the house. He goes into my grandpa's room where he's sleeping, and he's not awake yet. He has no idea this is happening. Faster mounting. And he just doesn't, like, my grandma just does not hear it. And the guy's like, oh, shit, I gotta be ready to kill this old man. So I'm going to go into the kitchen, find a knife, go back to the room, have the knife, and then basically have like second thoughts and then don't use the knife. It just, something about that just is really weird to me. I mean, I didn't want my grandpa to get murdered, but it just, I don't know. Why would you do that? Like, why would you go through all the rigmarole if you weren't planning on like accelerating your theft to murder? That's my point. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're not going to accelerate to murder, why get the knife? I guess what I'm saying here is why get the knife if you're not going to use it, you know? You see, the problem with a sense of humor is sometimes you have what are known as false positives, where you think something is funny and it's not. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just like, hey, you're by yourself. You don't got anyone in this crazy life. You know? This is why you play with your friends, because if you didn't, like, you say shit like this all the time. You say literal, like, crazy things, and you just let your brain wander wherever it may. And yeah, that's healthy, but is it? I don't know. God, this sink is just coming together. I really wonder how many times I've done this exact mission in this game, because I honestly don't have a problem with it. I think it's really fun, and I really like setting up these sinks. I feel like I could set up a sink now because of this game. Oh man, plastering. $1,200. Not too shabby. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because it is the season, I'm gonna get myself something. I'm gonna get myself something nice. Hang on. Let's get Asian Christmas. Let's put a red. No. Green. No. That's nice. Happy Christmas. It's not Halloween. What kind of a dork would say Happy Halloween when they meant Christmas? Not me. No, sir. If you're a woman, you can fill my request, but I think it is not okay to get your hands dirty. By a job like this one. It isn't something that should be done by dainty beings like us. You should really rethink your life and what you're doing, young lady. Do you really want to waste the sensitive feeling of your skin for money? Man, fuck you. I hope I guessed your gender right, because on your business card I couldn't find your name. I'm in love with my little cute, charming English garden. So here's my request. I need a strong, masculine, gallant man like you to protect my sensitive skin from terrible fate and fulfill my pergola dreams. Man, fuck you, you fucking... Ugh. Fuck her. Or him, or they. Whatever. I can't believe them. Fucking talking shit. I actually... Just, look. Hang on. See, look, wait. I found this out just now. I found out two things. One, you can set day night to real time. And two, you can make your hands female. I have female hands now. So look. Look. All right. So assemble a gazebo, right? Let's do that. Round gazebo, dome ornament. Okay. So, watch. Let's assemble this. I think my hands will come out. You're gonna see them. I have cute little hands. Not seeing them yet. They're coming. Well, I have a woman's hands now, like I've always wanted. And seriously, like I really am getting sick of my human man hands. I keep getting like breakouts because of the cold. My point is, fuck her, okay? Jesus Christ. I honestly picked those hands because I was like, God, I would love to have a woman's hands. And it feels more right to me in this game, woman's hands. Damn it, I bought the wrong fucking chair. See? So, and now the game's making me feel all weird about it. Fuck her. I'm just gonna put the chairs wherever. And they wanted a table? Was that it? Cast iron garden table. There. Oh, fuck her so much. I'm so mad. Out of my hands. Jesus. Playground instead of a parking lot. We need some major changes in our house's surroundings. We own a big parking lot, and our grandchildren learn to walk, and we don't want them to play around cars. Could you rebuild part of it to create a paradise? Am I going to pave paradise and put up a playground? Swing, sandbox, football field. Now, do they mean football or do they mean like soccer? Oh my God, that's atrocious. Yeah, we're putting a stop to this. Okay. All right. So remove object. I guess they mean remove these. Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. You know they pave paradise and put up a parking lot. You know they pave paradise and put up a parking lot. I really hope this is what I'm supposed to do, because if it isn't, then I'm gonna have to like go back through and rebuild. Ugh. In the backyard where I live, when we moved in, they were like still fixing it, and they wanted to have like this this pattern on it that made it look like a sheer, like a rock wall on the concrete. Scattered. Let's get the playground. They wanted to look like a rock, right? So like imagine like a relatively flat rock, but in order to get it that way, they laid down concrete, and it was still wet. This dude went out there with like, I don't even know what you would call it. It was like imagine like a shovel, but like at the end of the shovel it was bent at a 90-degree angle. So I guess it kind of looked like I want to say golf club. It's hard for me to know what to call this thing. But gravel. And so he's just out there for like, I don't know, like an hour. And all he's doing is he's just walking around the wet concrete and just slamming this thing down. Like so long, just chew, chew, chew every like 30 seconds. And I guess that's what you do. And it makes me think like I guess that's the way you do it, but in my head I was like, this seems like it shouldn't, like it should cost less, because it's very expensive to do like a patio, you know. I didn't pay for it because I was living here, but like my roommate was, and yeah, it was bananas. It was just bananas. It looks nice, but. And I guess, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should have known it was something like that, because there's no way they were going to find giant sheer slabs of rock that are just, you know, perfect for putting in a backyard. What I would do, like, about a year ago is because I wanted to learn to skateboard again, or learn how to skateboard for real, and I still can't. Don't worry about that. But I had this plan. Like, I'll go in the backyard and I'll put my skateboard, because I have one. It's just kind of sitting around. I'll put it on the wheels on a crack, right? And then once I do that, I will practice doing like ollies and stuff. Azobi carousel. And I remember like. I did that, and then I bit it so hard, like, oh man, it was so bad. So this kid just gets like a whole playground, doesn't he? What do you want? Paving stone. God. There we go. And so, like, I'm standing on the board. There's the crack, right? And I'm going, and I'm doing fine. And I step onto the board, and then it just sweeps out to the right. It just goes, and I am like horizontal in the air. Like that's where I am. It's awful. Coniferous shrubs, broadly conical shape. And then I land. Broadly. There we go. Do irregular. I hit the ground. I'm not upset. Because, you know, it's like that happens, but I was instantly taken aback by like how much pain I was in, because I was not happy at the situation. And women's hands. And I was like, I landed, and I landed on my hip, but the wind knocked out of me, and I was like, ah. And then I went inside, and Holly was like, what happened? And I was like, nothing. I'm fine. I went down. you know? And it was one of the first times I really like felt out of shape as a grown up. Like, so like a couple months ago, I don't even think I talked about this on the show, but well, I must have. I started like doing like a very light exercise routine. I have not been keeping up with it, but I started. And the reason why was one day I was like, I wonder how out of shape I am. Like I just like, because I hadn't really exercised in 10 years at least. And so I was like, oh, I'll exercise, see what it's like, you know? And it was very light, like no cardio. I did some very basic like strength training, and I did push-ups. I also did squats and sit-ups and things like that. But the thing that really got me was like doing done $6,000. That's not bad. Doing the plank. So I would try doing a plank, right? I don't know if you've ever done a plank, but it's basically like you get in a push-up position, you get on your elbows, and then you just sort of like hang out. And good God, the first time I did it, I couldn't last more than maybe 15 seconds. Like God damn it. It was bad. And I was like, I want to do like a minute. Nope. I couldn't do it. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? What am I dealing? Oh shit. Oh my God. Is it weird that I'm sort of excited? So I go in to do this plank. I can't get more than 15 seconds. I gotta shovel this garbage. And I tell you, I need to do a minute, and every time I come down, I stop the timer because I'm like, I gotta prove that I can do this. It took me like 5 minutes to be in a plank for 1 minute. And then it got to the point, like, I did my exercise routine every day for like a couple months, like at least 2-3 months. And by the end, I was able to do a plank for like, I remember the first time I got like 30 seconds, and then a minute and a half, and then I think I got the highest was like 2 minutes. And I remember when I got to that, I was like, holy shit, like I am jacked. Which is not true. You're not jacked for doing that. It was just, it was weird because I felt like, wow, I can do this now, and I couldn't before, you know? That's a cool feeling. I need to go back to exercising, man. And I know people say that a lot, and it's like a meme or whatever, like, oh, I need to hit the gym again, but you know, it was good for me when I was doing it. I think lately it's been hard for me to like find the time though, because I get home and I only exercise at home. I'm not embarrassed or anything, but I just have like my stuff here to exercise with. So it makes sense, but I use resistance bands, which there's debate on if those are good for exercising. I don't know if they are or not. I do know that I like them, and I'm not scared to use them by myself because I don't have a spotter or anything, and Holly does, you know, I can't bother Holly with like, hey, do you want to spot me? And she'd be like, no, I'm tired. I just worked at a restaurant for 15 hours. I want to rest. Which is fair. I mean, it's a lot of work. But, so like, they're safe, but that's all I have to exercise with. That and like I can go for a jog or something. I don't have running shoes or anything like that. But you know, maybe that's not necessary. I don't know. There are a lot of cans. God, there's a lot. There's a lot of trash here. He wants to turn this landfill into a gym, so I get that. But is that a syringe? Yikes. I have been working on this thing, not even close. Not even close. Oh, let's double that. I'll do 25% faster click. Don't know what that entails. Especially if all I'm doing is picking up cans. But hey. Take it. Oh, it's coming along. I gotta say. It's definitely coming along. The dog stuff. Oh, I gotta remove those things. No more dog. Wow. They want me to take care of the graffiti too, I wonder? You would have to. This reminds me of that episode of Hey Arnold. Remember that one? It was the episode where the kids they're playing in the street and they're like car and they're like this sucks. I wish there was a place to play ball, but they couldn't find one. And so they're Arnold and Gerald are walking home and they see like this open lot that nobody's using. It's just filled with trash and garbage and weeds. And Arnold goes to Gerald and he's like, dude, look at this place. There's a lot of space here. And he's like, oh my God, there is. And so they clean it. Like they clean the whole lot. And I do this. What's this for? Oh, it's for weeds? Wow, what do you know? That's convenient. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Let's do some shoveling. And so they clean it all up, and they're like, we're going to call it Gerald Field. And then they play in it, and they have fun. And then the grown-ups walk by, and they're like, wow, you know what? There's a lot of space here. And so they put Chinese, like, Arnold's grandpa starts playing Chinese checkers on the mound and the pitcher's mound, and someone's growing petunias, someone else is playing bocce ball on a baseball field. Like, it's clearly a baseball field. And I remember, like, if I was them, I would have been so mad. There's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand, you know? Yeah. I love that show. Hey Arnold was great. They released a movie where Arnold went to like the forest to find his parents. I didn't watch it because I was like, what the fuck? Just let things stop. It was better when it was like, oh, Arnold doesn't have parents. As they needed to conclude. Well, no, they didn't need to conclude it. It was fine. They didn't need to like give us closure. I don't need to know that Arnold is in a weird 4th grade relationship with Helga at the end of the story, and Phoebe's in a weird 4th grade relationship with Gerald. Like they're kids. Don't treat them like kids. Let them be kids. Let them have crushes and not know what to do with themselves, you know? What happened to that? I know you're going like, okay, boomer, but it's different now, man. Kids are more advanced now, so Oh my god, it's so stupid. All right, what I gotta do next? God, there's a lot of work to do on this place. So scatter, remove weeds. For weeds. Look around for weeds. There's gotta be a couple more. No. Just go through with the brush cutter real quick. Make sure. What's it trying to move? That's a weed. There's nothing. I'm gonna start spreading some sand. That makes sense to me. Oh, weeds visible. That's good. This way, if there's any weeds, I can see them. Weeds? Right there. Oh, these are weeds. Okay. This guy's whole situation is just gross. He's like, can you help me? I want to exercise out in this junkyard. Why would you do that? Anyway, back to Hey Arnold. So, that show was weird. It was like, it was distinctly like not for kids, you know? Oh, that sounds weird, but I mean, it was for kids, so... Oh, I have a flashlight. Ow. That's crazy. Arnold got in some pretty grown-up scrapes. He got mugged once, and he learned Kung Fu, and... He, entered a spelling bee, and he won. I guess that's a kid thing. Oh, no, they made a movie about a guy in a spelling bee. Jason Bateman was in it. Or... Michael Bateman? The dude from, Arrested Development. He was in it. But there was one where he got in love, and he went on a date. Like, he found out the girl he was in love with was an idiot, and that was a pretty big moment. Like, that's a pretty mature thing when you find out that looks aren't everything. Because he liked this girl, and the only reason he liked her was he thought she was pretty. She was older than he was. She was in the 6th grade. Her name was Ruth McDougal, and he went up to her. He's like, "Hey, so would you want to go to the thing?" And she's like, no, because I'm waiting for my date, Anonymous." And he was like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, this dude named Anonymous wrote me a poem, and yeah, I'm waiting for him." So and then Arnold was like, "Oh, holy fuck, you're dumb as rocks." And then he moved on to, I believe the girl's name was Lila. And she was like a country gal, you know? And Arnold just liked her because she was very nice and very smart. In fact, I think the way that whole story worked is Arnold originally like didn't like her, but everyone assumed that he liked her, and then he was like, "Fuck, I think I like her." But then she was like, "Yeah, I'm just not into you." And then he was like, "Ah, shit. Well, what do I do? Because now I like you and you don't like me." And he would try to be friends with her, but every time that he would like hang out with her, he would be like, "Haha, that was fun, huh, Lila? Why don't you give me the time of day?" Like, he didn't say it like that, but it was fucking weird. I don't know. You know, when I talk about that show and I like piece together like what happens in it, sometimes it's like, what the fuck was any of that shit about? I mean, even now today, I'm someone who enjoys partaking in fucking cartoons. And I will watch some Hey Arnold, but wow. I just realized that I just summed up like a huge plot point in that show. And when you hear it out loud, you're like, that's crazy. That's just, it's insane. Ugh. With some gym skis. And it's gonna close. Gym runner. Knew that guy. Gym rods. This can't be for this guy. Like, he can't just be getting this for himself. What's a gym massager? Gym massage. Ew, what the hell is that? Guess it makes you feel good after you exercise. Some ladders. Vertical. Then we'll go get a horizontal ladder. That's not horizontal. That's just monkey bars. It's like, go get monkey bars. Cross trainer. Is yikes. Okay. Vertical. I think what happened was they were like, you know, we should probably have a spot that uses all of the gym stuff we put in, because otherwise we look like real jerks for putting this stuff in and having nothing to do with it. Gym bars. What are gym bars? I gotta know. Gym bars. I guess that's exercise equipment. I mean, I don't know. I guess anything could be exercise equipment if you can, like, if it can make you stand in a weird way. Gym bench. I remember Gym Bench. He was a friend of mine. Now, I don't know what the fuck to make of this, because gym rope. What the hell would that be? This seems way too short to be useful in any way. Gym upper lift. I don't even know what this is. Alright, so this spot's sort of done. There's some weeds in here. Oh, maybe this. Okay, so this spot's done. What's this gotta be? Mow lawn, remove. Okay. Awful lot of weeds out here. One show I remember liking a lot as a kid was what am I doing? I have the tool. Doug. Remember Doug? That show was most assuredly not for children. Like, I think it was supposed to be, but there's just no way. There's just no way. It's like, so Doug got into like real problems. Like there was one episode where he got accidentally drafted onto the varsity football team, and the coach was crazy and kept making him crush tomatoes. There's another episode where he was like, he had to go on a date with Patty Mayonnaise, but he wasn't sure if it was like a date or not, because he was like, oh, if you go Dutch, it's not a date, you know, stuff like that. And then it was Dutch, but then it was like, oh, but she lets you buy popcorn and stuff like that, or is she dressed up? If she's dressed up, it's a date. And they were so upset, like, and she too, like Patty too, was like, I don't know if this is a date. I kind of just want to see a movie with this dude. Thought it'd be convenient, you know, but apparently there's all this stuff involved. There was an episode where like he played Truth or Dare in the basement of a party that he was throwing. Like it was his party, but he went into the basement with all his friends to do Truth or Dare. And he had, I really wonder if Reddit has figured this out because they're the only ones who would care, but Doug had some kind of like some OCD type shit where like he would imagine the worst possible scenario regardless of what it was. Like red grass roll in the area. Do I have a grass roll? What does that even mean? Surfaces. Big turf roll. This has got to be what they mean. This has got to be what they mean. What else could they mean with this? Gotta be this. Yeah, roll this out. Now some grass there. But he would every time does be like, what if? And then all of a sudden he's in a scenario where it's like, everyone hates you, dog. And that was it. Sucked. Right. Oh, it's halfway. Hit the other one. That was the cool thing about Doug was like all the music was like it was like beatboxing. I think that's super cool for some reason. Like you know, they're just like, oh yeah, just beatbox the song. It's fine. Good enough. I mean, there was obviously some instruments, but the opening theme song was like and then the beat would be like I'm sorry if that was annoying. I just want to emphasize the point that show was super awesome and that if you don't think so, you're wrong. Fucking love Doug. I love it. I think it's on Hulu. I might watch it. No, wait, it's on Disney Plus now? God damn it. Oh my god, I've been playing for an hour. Jesus Christ. I was only supposed to do a half an hour. Anyway. I'm so far from being done. You know what? It's fine. Hey, how about next time we play a little more House Flipper? Hopefully Kim will be around, because I know she loves this game. She's going to be mad I played it without her, but, you know, fish gotta swim. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Bye!